Like Facebook is worth whatever it's worth, right? A squadrillion, billion, whatever. But they got there in a way that...
They weren't like this forever, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Facebook was awesome for a long time.
It was amazing.
And I spent a lot of time on it.
So did I.
It's like...
It was epic.
It's like, not that they were always doing what they're doing now.
Right.
They used to do what I was doing.
I'll put it to you like this. I heard you tell a story one time about Boeing.
Yeah, I was going to use that example
go
too.
for it, yeah.
Yeah, so, Boeing, it's a great example now.
Dude, intuition is so awesome.
Because, they used to have the mission statement to make the world's best airplanes, right? And I think the CEO back then, maybe even the founder or something, was an actual pilot. And maybe also had some engineering skills, right? So it kind of makes sense. If you were making airplanes, you would probably want to know a little bit about them, right? Like, if you flew them, great. And if you also knew how they worked and shit, better. If you did both, awesome. And if you also had the intention to make the world's best airplanes, that sounds like something that might work. Because those seem like some pretty essential ingredients to make an airplane, right? And then that attracts people that love airplanes and want to make the world's best airplanes. So, that's the culture, that's the talent, and they make the world's best airplanes. And for a while, they were the most valuable company on earth, like number one. At some point, all of this gets lost. They put in a management CEO who doesn't fly airplanes, doesn't know how they work. That person then changes the mission statement to maximize shareholder value. Right? Then, that's not going to inspire the best culture or attract the best talent, right? So then their company is in a lot of trouble, and now even their airplanes are failing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but it's so obvious, right? Like, no shit. Like, it just takes time, and that's what fools everyone. Because it took like a lot of time for it to degrade to this point, right? But when you first do it, you're like, oh, look, we can get away with it. Right. But it catches up with you.
Yeah. And this comes back to the passion rock. And this is why, one of the reasons why I love school so much is because the nature of the platform is if you're not passionate about the group that you start, it's just not going to work. Like other types of businesses, like I'm not a real estate guy, I don't care about real estate. I'm sure I could get into real estate and make money. But I can't start a pickleball community on school if I don't care about pickleball. Like it's not going to work. And so like it's interesting to see how like your passion for the mission and the vision and the product in a way like trickles down to the community owner level, because if they don't have passion, it's also just not going to work. You've built something that forces the businesses on it to act like the old Boeing.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
And that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
To have those kind of guardrails in place, because it's just like it's just better for everybody.
Yeah, well, I think, why I was asking you, why do people, what else are they doing, right? Because it might seem like I'm trying to do this like moral, selfless thing, but it's also just the actual way to succeed.
Yeah.
So it's not like, because, there's countless examples of this, right? Where when Boeing was trying to do that, it worked, and when they weren't, it didn't. So like sometimes trying just to make money doesn't make you money.
Yeah.
Right? And the people that have a passion tend to make it. So it is just a great way to succeed too. So, and the other thing I've always liked, and I learned this from race cars and things, so like, they actually do this with airplanes too, which is interesting. It fits with the Boeing metaphor. But, like I asked, what do business owners do if they're not like talking to their customers and thinking, how can I make this better? They're distracted, essentially. They're doing a bunch of bullshit. And that's very easy to do because there's infinite things to do. And so what I liked about race cars and mechanical engineering when I was building engines and things was, like the best race car mechanics. And this is also why in aeroplane hangars, they paint the floors white. Have you noticed how spotless and white the floors are in aeroplane hangars?
Yeah.
Yeah. They do the same thing in race car like workshops, and it's to expose any issues. So like if a nut or bolt falls off the plane or the race car, or if a bit of oil drops, it's extremely visible because you want the problems to be obvious. You don't want to hide them.
Right.
Right? And so I think a lot of things are designed in a way that hides them. So like, if the floor is filthy, you don't know that there's an issue. And so then the thing you choose to do is wrong, right? And also the way you make something really fast in like race car driving and stuff. I learned a lot actually by building a race car. It's pretty crazy. Is by removing things, because the less things there are, the more clear it becomes what things matter.
Right.
And then when you figure out the real things that matter, you can just focus on like making them better. The other thing that matters is weight. So like the more stuff you remove, the lighter it is, the faster you go. And the same is true with like a lot of businesses. There's just so much weight and so much bullshit, and they're so distracted. They can't even do the to-do list of their distractions, let alone spend a single moment like contributing to the thing that's actually going to matter, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I wanted to design school in a way that like you can't get lost in the distractions, because a lot of these choices have been made for you, right? And then you're like, at first, I think when a new person jumps on school, they're like, what? I can't change this, I can't do it. Like, and then they sit with that for a little bit and they're like, oh, okay, I've just got to like get a member.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't spend 14 days trying to find the perfect color for my theme.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, this is the theme, go get the member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you get the member, it's like they're there and they've got a face and shit, right? And then if they don't like it, they leave, and that shows up as churn. And so the numbers reveal the things to you too. And if you let those things kind of guide you, you do make something better and make more.
Yeah.
And I love systems like that.
Yeah.
I love systems that don't hide their issues, because, you're not, I swear a lot of people in business, when something's not working, their instinct is to add. And they distract themselves from the problem by working on the new thing that they add. And the more they add, the more they hide the problem. So they think, I'm solving the problem.
Right.
It's still there. They just can't see it anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And then eventually it just completely explodes.
Yeah.
And so I like making things that really expose the errors to you and don't pull you in all of the wrong directions. Yeah.
I think that's exactly what I feel. Is like, it's the white floor. Like, that's like the perfect metaphor. You can't hide from the problems, because inside your community, you can look at it and you can just see. It's like, people aren't engaging, or like, people aren't happy, people aren't pumped, the energy's not right, maybe people are complaining. You see people asking for refunds, you see people churning. It's like, you can't hide from the problem.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, it's like, what are other businesses doing? I think they're not asking the question, how can I make this better? They're asking like, how can I make this more profitable? Or how can I make this more whatever? Like, the objective is not better. Whereas with Boeing and with school and with the best communities on the platform, they're just trying to make it better.
Yeah. I think it's easy to understand how people get caught in this trap though.
Yeah.
It's like really easy, and I'm not surprised, because it's like the survival thing too, right? Like, let's say you've got a lot of expenses, you need to make money now. You don't give a shit about making it better.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You need to make money now. So like, that's a really tricky place to be in. And I've been in that position too, and you don't try to make it better when you're in that position. So I would say a lot of my time is spent making sure I don't get put in that position.
Right.
Yeah. because I never want to be in that position because I know I'll make the wrong choices.
Yeah, short term versus long term, ultimately.
Yeah, because survival is important, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think the answer for a lot of people is to just simplify their life, reduce their costs and things, because then they don't need to make as much as they think.
Yeah.
And then that will allow them to think slightly longer term. So like a lot of the time I think people have to spend a decent chunk of time just getting themselves into a situation where they can make something good, right? And that's why I said I think it took me 10 years to acquire the skills and create the environment and resources to even start on making something good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also, like I've heard you say before, that like don't quit your job. If you're trying to start something, it's like there is this romanticized like, yeah, quit the job, and it like gives you the pressure. But it's like, I think especially with the school community, it's like have fun, like build it slowly, and as you say, like give yourself a life scenario where you don't have to make stupid short-term decisions.
Yeah.
Because the best communities we see, it's like they have that fun and lightness. And whenever it becomes like desperation, then that's like back to what you were talking about, like the hustle bro, like focus on money. It's like those aren't spaces where people want to stick around. It's like, yeah, you can like Boeing make a lot of money in the short term, but then like the long term's done.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true. I don't even know where I heard this. Is it true that you used to drill out the middle of screws or bolts or something when you built cars?
Yeah.
And you did that to make it lighter?
Yeah.
I think I think the biggest thing that I have learned from you is simplicity. And that's one of the biggest things people say whenever they come on school, is it's so simple.
Yeah.
Why is simplicity so important to you?
Well, I think the best things are simple, right? Like the iPhone's quite simple. Google's quite simple. And so I think for something to be adopted a lot, it has to be simple. I think people like simple things too. And yeah, I think one of the main things I've tried to achieve with school is that it feels good to use and people like it. And even going further than that, people love it, which is what all great products do. They cross this barrier from just like, oh, this is a tool, oh, I like it, to, oh, I love it. It's so much harder than you think to get into that love territory, especially when you make a tool.
Yeah.
And so, you have to put an insane amount of effort into making something that people love to use. And people tend to love things that are simple. No one loves complexity. I mean, some people do. Some interesting people. But I think most people love simplicity, yeah.
Yeah.